Stand report number 1234. Representative Thielen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm rising to speak against Senate Bill 704 relating to vacation rentals.
Yes, in opposition, please proceed.
Definitely in opposition. Mr. Speaker, the measure that came over from the Senate made a lot of sense. It put together a task force that was going to be looking into this very problematic issue of vacation rentals. Unfortunately, in Tourism Committee, they gutted the Senate bill and put back in House Bill 1471, which is the bill that the Airbnb operators would want to have. Mr. Speaker, we've had a real problem. Maybe it's primarily Oahu, or it may be other islands as well, but there's about 33,000 homes that are taken out of our local housing for our local people, and they're being churned as vacation rental houses. Many of them are owned by foreign people that don't live within Hawaii, and they also drive up the price of the real estate, because when those homes are marketed to these out-of-state owners, they say, factor in, you can get it with Airbnb, and you can churn this house and bring the people in like a hotel in the residential area. So it's a shame, no more than a shame, it's, I think, really bad policy for us to put that original House bill in. I know that there were 100% on the Tourism Committee voting in favor of this gut and replace, but when you look at the House version, the 1471, you'll find that a good sizable amount of this body had very serious concerns with that measure. It's justified, Mr. Speaker. On the windward side, we're really hit with those illegal vacation rentals. And I'm talking about primarily the ones where it's an out-of-state owner, they have a keypad at the door, and someone from somewhere else gives the Airbnb clients the keypad number, in they go, no concern about the community, the small residential street. They're there partying late at night. The neighbor next door has to get up at like 5 o'clock to get to work after having very little sleep during the night. It's not a good mix, and it's hurting our tourism industry, because these are illegal operators. Now, I know that people are going to stand up and say, oh, well, we have protections in the bill. Mr. Speaker, they're meaningless. The people that are, the 33,000 homes that are being rented, of course they're going to tick the little box that says, by accepting the terms of service, I agree and attest that I have reviewed all applicable laws and regulations and that my listing is in compliance. Come on. Of course they're going to tick that. They're making huge amounts of money off the backs of our residential areas. I don't know if the Big Island has the same problem. I believe there are areas on Maui that does. I know Kauai does. And we certainly, on our whole windward side of the island, are just hammered with these illegal vacation rentals. So I vote a resounding no. The tax money is not worth taking housing away from local people. It is just not worth that. You may get a few more tax dollars, but you've got people that are ratcheting down, down, down to becoming living on the streets, because these houses, these rooms, these areas are not available. And that mainland company like Airbnb, they don't give a rip. All they're in it for is the money. They're not local. They don't care what they've done to our housing.
Mr. Speaker?
Yes, Speaker Meredith,
my gracious time to the
absolutely. Thank you for yielding your time. Representative Thielen, please continue.
Thank you very much, Speaker Emeritus. I appreciate that. I appreciate the bipartisanship on that. That was very nice. It's something that I want us all to look at, because what this bill does, first of all, it hurts the mainstream tourist industry, but it came out of the Tourism Committee. Second of all, it hurts people trying to get homes. It hurts the new young families trying to buy a home, because anyone that is marketing these, and I'll tell you, they're mainland people buying them, they're snapping them up with the Airbnb factored in. Your lenders are factoring in this, even though it's illegal, and that housing comes right away from anyone that might want to buy a home locally. It would be available if someone wants to buy a home and turn it as a vacation rental, but not for people to live in our neighborhoods. You know what it's like, Mr. Speaker, when you go door to door? You walk up to a house, it's sterile. There's one of those keypad things on the doorknob. Nothing that shows, no bicycles, no slippers, no anything, no games, no football, no nothing. And what's happening, it's a sterile house until it's occupied by the family that's paying big bucks to come, so they're going to just rock around the clock. And the noise and the total unconcerned that they are in a residential area, a quiet, used to be quiet residential area. People are just fed up with this. And this bill allows it to continue ticking a box. Anyone that's been renting illegally is going to tick away on that box, and there's no protection for our neighborhoods, and no protection for having 33 houses available in our local community. So a resounding no, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you,